Welcome to S24 Rundown, where we bring you the latest updates, key developments, and major headlines from across the country and beyond. I am Gloria Atta, and here's our news in brief. Makinde's call for a United Nations investigation into the abduction of pupils and teachers in Orire local government area. Presidential spokesman Bayo Ononuga, in an interview on Monday, described the request as unnecessary and politically motivated, insisting security agencies after 56 days in captivity. Recall that Makinde had called for an independent international probe while receiving the rescued pupils and teachers, saying it would promote transparency, accountability, and help determine whether there were institutional failures that contributed to the abduction. The governor maintained that his request was aimed at restoring public confidence and preventing similar attacks on schools in the future. Meanwhile, the African Democratic Congress and its presidential candidate, Atiku Abubakar, have resolved to challenge a Court of Appeal ruling restraining the Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, from recognizing the party's state congresses conducted by the David Mark-led Caretaker Committee. The appellate court upheld an earlier Federal High Court judgment ruling that only the party's elected state executive committees have the authority to conduct state congresses, and declaring the Caretaker Committee's actions invalid. Reacting to the judgment, the ADC said it will appeal to the Supreme Court, insisting the ruling would not affect candidates who emerged from its direct primaries. Atiku also expressed confidence in the judicial process, urging party members to remain calm and focused while the legal battle continues. Now, away from politics, a total of 315 Nigerian South African returnees at government. This was disclosed in a statement signed on Tuesday by the spokesperson of the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, Kimiebi Imotimi Ebienfa. The flight to be operated by Air Peace will depart South Africa at 1:30 a.m. with an estimated time of arrival at the Murtala Mohammed International Airport, Lagos, set at 6:30 a.m. The government had earlier conducted 4 evacuation flights, bringing home hundreds of Nigerians following the recent xenophobic attacks and security concerns in parts of South Africa. The federal government's evacuation consists of Nigerians who indicated interest in returning home as a result of the attacks. Now, in a separate development, the federal government has launched a nationwide vocational skills acquisition program for more than 18,000 artisans and unemployed Nigerians. The 2-week training, which begins Tuesday at 229 accredited centers across the country, is being implemented by the National Social Investment Program Agency. Speaking at the inauguration in Abuja, the Minister of Humanitarian Affairs and Poverty Reduction, Dr. Bernard Doro, said the initiative is designed to equip participants with vocational and entrepreneurial skills to promote self-employment and reduce poverty. Beneficiaries will receive training in 14 trades, including agriculture, fashion design, electrical installation, carpentry, welding and catering, as well as trade-specific starter packs to help them establish businesses. Now turning to the international scene, UK Conservative Party leader Kemi Badenoch has urged the Labour government to retain plans requiring migrants to wait 10 years instead of 5 before qualifying for permanent residency. In a statement to the Home Secretary, Badenoch argued that temporary work visas should not automatically lead to permanent support for the proposed reforms if it launched a 3rd consecutive night of strikes on Iran, targeting military sites along the country's southern coast. President Donald Trump also announced plans to reimpose a blockade on Iranian ports and introduce a 20% levy on cargo of a wider regional conflict. Despite the escalation, President Trump said a diplomatic agreement with Iran remains possible. Now moving on to business news with Shukra Oniye.
We have significant news in the energy sector as Dangote Refinery begins trading petrol in US dollars. Hello and welcome to your business update. That brings me to our next headline. Negative sentiment returns our motor spirit, popularly known as petrol, to international buyers exclusively in the United States dollars. The refinery said the decision aligns with global oil trading practices and is intended to simplify transactions with foreign customers. Domestic sales to Nigerian marketers will, however, continue in Naira under existing arrangements. The move is expected to strengthen the refinery's export operation, although analysts say it could influence foreign exchange demand within Nigeria's downstream petroleum sector. Meanwhile, investor confidence took a hit on the Nigerian exchange as the bearish trading returned to its equity market. The Nigerian exchange closed Monday's trading session on a negative note, with market capitalization declining by 1.23 trillion as widespread sell-off dominating trading. Losses recorded in several blue-chip stocks owing to broader economic developments. And in the global energy market, rising geopolitical tension pushed crude oil to their highest level in a month. Global oil prices climbed to 1 month high after renewing hostility between the United States and Iran, heightened concerns over potential disruption to supply through the Strait of Hormuz. Brent crude gained as traders reacted to fears that escalating tension could threaten one of the world's most important shipping routes, though which nearly a fifth of global oil supply passes. The increase in crude prices is expected to keep energy markets on the edge, with analysts warning that prolonged instability could fuel inflationary pressures and raise fuel costs for importing countries. And that's it on Business Update. I am Oniye Shukra. We now join Gloria Atta and Sarah Abel for newspaper review. Stay with us.
Thank you, Shukra, and welcome back from that break. We'll be moving to our next segment, which is the newspaper review. And joining me today is Sarah Abel. How are you today, Sarah?
I'm very fine, Gloria. Thanks for having me today.
Indeed, you're very, very fine. I hope you're ready to dissect today's issues.
Yeah, a lot has been happening in Nigeria.
Yes, and I can see the excitement. You seem very excited to dissect this issue. So let's quickly move to our first newspaper, which is the Daily Telegraph. And on the front page, it says, illegal mining, money laundering, fueling insecurity, reps. So now, this is not the first time we are having, the House of Representatives and key security analysts saying that illegal mining, linking illegal mining to, insecurity in the country. So I just want to hear your thoughts on that.
You started on a good part. This is something that we've been hearing over and over again.
Yes.
The reps, I think they are in the mood to state the obvious. They have been stating this. Last week, I think we talked about the money laundering aspect that goes on with kidnapping and all these things they are saying, they have been saying before. The northern governors have already even had a forum before and talked about illegal mining. If you check on the news, there have been lots of talks on how illegal mining has been, furthering insecurity. So this is not something that everybody, I mean, this is a fact, right?
Yeah.
The problem is not just stating over and over that, okay, this is what is furthering insecurity. What has been done about it?
Yeah, so do you think that security agencies and the relevant agencies that have been charged with the responsibility, do you think they are doing enough to tackle this issue? Why do you think so?
I do not even think Nigerian government has been really serious about tackling insecurity as a whole. You see, with the insecurity, you have different channels. You have the illegal mining side where the money is being used, laundered back. You understand?
Yeah.
You have the kidnapping aspect. The insecurity has so many branches, right? So we can't just keep reiterating over and over that, oh, this is what is causing, but what has been done. I mean, 2 years ago, the Minister of Solid Mineral Development said that powerful Nigerians are behind.
Yes, I remember that.
What powerful Nigerians have been arrested and prosecuted for it?
Well, you keep saying, and it's not just you, we all keep saying we want to see solutions. So what practical steps should the federal government start looking into to ensure that they curb this and, also curb insecurity in the country.
For example, the minister said there are powerful Nigerians behind illegal mining.
Yes.
He is a minister under the presidency, who is the highest person in office.
Yes.
So if he is making that kind of statement, what should the presidency do? Is his cabinet. He has the ears of the president. So are we saying there are people that are more powerful than the president, that the government, the House of Reps, the presidency cannot prosecute? Is that what we are saying?
So, there's even another part that a lot of people are not talking about, which is the environmental impact of illegal mining activities in a lot of communities. Personally, I've been to a number of communities or been to a number of locations where we've seen the very sad impact that it has on the health of people living in those areas. So right now, how should the relevant agencies start channeling their energy and their resources towards these communities that are affected? Now, what I'm trying to say is, how can community members as well also partner with the government and relevant agencies to ensure that we put these issues in check?
When you start rooting to that, but we're talking about people dying, direct link of this illegal mining. We're talking insecurity here. That is the biggest issue we have currently in this country, not even environmental issue.
Yes,
right?
Yes. The reason why I brought this up is because, like I said, in some of these communities, as they are doing these illegal mining activities, it becomes uninhabitable, like inhabitable. People can't live there anymore. So they have to relocate to other areas. So these people will
some
thrive.
Of these territories that this illegal mining is going on has been captured already by bandits.
Yes.
Some of them have been captured. So before you start talking about protecting, the people there because of environmental health, you need to first dispel the bandits that are doing the illegal mining. You need to first stop the illegal mining, call whoever the financiers and the sponsors. Then you can now come back and say, okay, how do we help those that have been affected, who have had health issues?
We'll be looking at the
reduces Nigerians to see that, okay, these people, are they really going to be a strong opposition?
Yeah.
It places doubt. If a party can't even solve the internal issues months to a major election,
yes.
how good are they to tackle the opposition party? That's where it's coming from.
So right now, do you think that this party, the ADC, actually stands a chance of competing with other parties come 2027?
I can't say, but it's not really looking good for the party. Yes. A party that has internal turmoil. It's too close to election period. All this back and forth.
Then can the ADC leadership, what direction should they start looking at to
be held under primaries and all the people that have been elected for primaries during that, because it places an uncertainty. I mean, today, 12 a.m. today is the deadline for all parties to put in their flag bearers, right, for INEC. So it's still dicey. I mean, their flag bearer right now is Article, right?
Yeah.
I mean, what?
They are very, very interesting times ahead for us in Nigeria's polity. So now, what lessons should other political parties learn from these issues that have been happening? Because this is not something that is peculiar to only the ADC.
Of course.
Even in the Labour Party, even in the NDC, which is, I would call it a baby party. So now, what lessons should political parties learn from this? And what should Nigerians be expecting in the political environment as the heat continues to gain momentum ahead of 2027?
Well, if you're coming to beat the reigning party right now, which is APC, you have to come correct.
Correct.
Everybody have to be on board. There shouldn't be ego. There shouldn't be selfishness, because that is what is causing all this power tussle. Internally, everybody wants to be the big man. So the interest, the purpose of the creation of that party must be held by everybody. You could see the reason why, one of the reasons how APC was able to beat PDP back then was the coming together. There was this conviction that all members had at that time, to beat the reigning ruling party at that time. So any party coming up right now, in fact, there's no even time for lessons. January is coming already.
There are no times for lessons. Well, like I said, there are interesting times ahead. Them and dissect them. Thank you so much, Sarah, for joining us. It's been a very insightful conversation
Thank you
with
for
you.
having me.
And that's it on our newspaper review today. Up next is S24 Report coming to you after the break. Stay with us. In Nigeria today, 1 in 3 girls is married before the age of 18, according to the Child Marriage Data Portal, making the country home to the world's third highest number of adolescent marriages. To help change this reality, stakeholders from government, civil society and development organizations gathered for the screening of a short film titled Stories That Move Policy, aimed at advocating policies that give married and pregnant adolescents a second chance at education. The event, held to mark Malala Day and celebrate the birthday of Pakistani education activist Malala Yousafzai, spotlighted the stories of girls whose education was disrupted by early marriage and teenage pregnancy. It highlighted their resilience, aspirations and determination to return to school if given the opportunity.
Here we are pushing for the rights of girls to go to school, but we're also pushing specifically for the rights of married and pregnant adolescent girls. There's over 23 million girls who have been married under the age of 18 in Nigeria. They have a right to go to school, and we have a responsibility to push policymakers to ensure that the conditions and the funding is right for them to go to school, not just for themselves, but also for their children and for future generations, so that we can end this perpetual cycle of children being out of school.
Because if you're designing a system for people without considering their needs, then that system is not done for them. So the married adolescents are bringing to the fore the things that are hindering them from getting an education, which includes things like toilets, things like childcare, things like more conducive classroom to their needs. So if we need policymakers or those in charge to pay attention to those needs that they are bringing out, so that they can design system that works for them.
So I just want the government to just build a school for just adolescent mothers, so that even us too, we will feel, yes, like we are not left behind. We still have some things to do.
Earlier, speakers at the event called for stronger protection of girls' rights, increased investment in education, and policies that ensure every girl, regardless of her circumstances, has access to quality learning opportunities.
You have to prove yourself. You have to keep fighting for what you know is your right, and you have to use people. Advocacy is very strong.
Education issues cannot be handled by the ministry alone. The ministry can develop policies and will continue to develop policies.
A lot of policy changes happen around the world based on how stories are told. And Nigeria, we no longer take that for granted. We will continue to support initiatives that use storytelling for change, for norms transformation, and for obvious development of our women and girls.
The event ended with a renewed call on governments, development partners and communities to translate these stories into action by adopting policies that enable married and pregnant adolescents to return to school, fulfill their potential and contribute meaningfully to society. Gloria Atta reporting for S24 Television.
Welcome to Political Arena here on S24 Television. As Nigeria moves closer to 2027 general elections, conversation about leadership have become more important than ever. Nigerians are asking critical question at this very moment. What qualities should leaders elect in the forthcoming general election? Should competence outweigh ethnicity, religion, or how can citizens elect leaders who will deliver good governance, strengthen democratic institutions, improve the welfare of Nigerians, security, and grow the economy? Today, we will examine the kind of leadership Nigeria needs at this critical moment in our democratic journey. Joining us today is Ambassador Akilaye an advocate of good governance, a volunteer with United Nations Youth Association of Nigeria, and a national coordinator of national grassroots support for Atiku Abubakar 2027 ambassadorship. Ambassador, thank you for joining Political Arena here on S24 Television.
Thank you for having me.
Your profile speaks a lot. I hope you are going to do justice to the topic of discussion.
Yes, I will.
So, Ambassador, if I may ask you, like, ahead of 2027, what kind of leadership do you believe Nigeria needs at this critical moment?
Okay. The kind of leadership I believe Nigeria needs at this critical moment is the leadership that has the capacity to lead, not to rule, to lead by example. And also that is youth-oriented. You know, when I say youth-oriented is, you know, we have seen it in the lives of my principal, His Excellency Atiku Abubakar, and he has the youth-centered mindset, and he has the vision for this country to make sure this country advances to the next phase. What did I mean by next phase? You know, we have seen Nigeria during their tenure, which is their era, as he was a privileged former vice president of the Federal Republic of Nigeria under His Excellency Olusegun Obasanjo, and we have seen him. He has diversified so many things in his time, you know, and he makes sure that we in you know, that time I could boast that I can eat 3 square meal a day, you know, that my parents and everybody, we are good.
Ambassador,
You know, yes.
Speaking about your principal officer, which, as you said, Atiku Abubakar.
Yes.
If Atiku Abubakar have done extremely good or fantastically great to this country, why is he coming back at this critical moment? You spoke about youth engagement in politics.
Yes.
Atiku Abubakar is more than 80 years. Don't you think that this is the right moment for him to give opportunity for young people?
Yes. Talking about that, you know, I'll comment on, you know, Atiku. He has a plan, Atiku plan, which in 2019, you know, Nigeria missed a golden opportunity. 2019, they missed a golden opportunity. 2023, and now he's coming back to tell Nigerians this is an opportunity, is a gateway for us to choose between the wrong, the good, the bad, and the ugly. I can tell you that His Excellency, his plans for this country is to see an economy boosting, an economy that is well for all well-meaning Nigerians.
Well, Akin, maybe you are speaking from the opposition. Let me ask you the next question, please. Should Nigerians vote based on competency, political party, ethnicity, or religion?
Ethnicity, no. Religion, no. You know, competency, yes, because we have seen that in the case of my principal, which is His Excellency. He has shown capacity in delivering his mandates to the people, you know. So we, as young people, he has groomed us together, brought us together to align to his vision. He has a vision for this country, is to see our teeming youth gainfully employed.
Akin, your principal was the vice president,
okay,
now almost 27 years ago. And many Nigerians lost confidence in political leaders. How can trust rebuild?
Okay, trust be rebuilt. The trust in him,
not only him, among Nigerian leaders.
Among Nigerian leaders. You know, our leaders have, they came, and we are seeing some, till today, we are seeing them. They came and go. In the past administration, we have seen His Excellency, late Muhammadu Buhari. He has shown his own strength and capacity. And there was a time when he was, you know, coming to power the second time, they call him Baba Goslo. So in my sense of leadership, I cannot align myself with that kind of Baba Goslo.
Ambassador, yes, how can trust rebuild among Nigerians and their own leaders?
Just transparency.
Then what?
And accountability.
Thank you, Akin. You are an advocate of for good governance.
Correct.
How do you define good governance and how can it become reality in Nigeria?
Okay. I'm privileged to be national coordinator of National Grassroots Support Groups for His Excellency Atiku Abubakar 2027. And grassroots, we tend to change positively the mindset of the grassroots. What we mean by grassroots, those people who are living in remote areas, we meet them, through advocacy, sensitization, right? So we make sure that they are involved through getting their PVCs, we advocated for the PVCs to be, let them register and also register for a party, and to be involved in the process, not just collecting the 5,000 naira at the day of election that will make you to sweat all through the 4 years of the reigns of anybody's government, So we are doing our best to make sure that the leadership starts from grassroots down to the federal level.
In your own opinion, as a Nigerian, what are the 5 priorities that any Nigerian next president, as on the mantle of leadership, what will he address?
Poverty alleviation.
1.
Insecurity.
2.
Youth and women empowerment.
3.
And also tackle the issue of xenophobia, and also employment. Employment in the sense that you don't need to seek for too much white-collar jobs. You have to be skillful to be employed gainfully, and also, the government will try to change the face of this nation through empowerment or skill acquisition.
Akim, before we draw the curtain of the program, ahead of 2027, as a young person, what are your calls to fellow Nigerians out there?
Okay, my calls to my fellow teaming youths out there is for them to go out and get their PVCs ready, be a patriotic Nigerian, and you see all the leaderships we have been facing with, and your choice, you make the choice, make the right choice. A golden opportunity is yet again presented to us.
In less than a second, respond to me. How fully prepared are you?
Okay, we are prepared.
Politically.
We are prepared. Like I said, grassroots out there today, if you go outside, ask any person on the street, do you want APC to come back? They'll say no.
Well, maybe these are, you are speaking from the members of your own political party.
Correct.
Not Nigerians.
Correct. Even I can any Nigerian you meet on the streets today, just to meet them on the street and say, do you want APC back to the party, back to the country? They'll say no.
Okay, speak to me as a Nigerian, not a member of the opposition party.
Okay.
On a scale of 1 to 10, how can you grade the current administration of the president?
1 to 10. I can give them a score of 8. I mean,
Thank you so much.
No.
That means
2. Sorry, 2, not 8. 2.
Thank you so much.
2.
Thank you so much. This is where we draw the curtain of the program.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for honoring our invitation. Akin Akilaye.
Correct. Correct.
Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
This is where we draw the curtain of political arena. Thank you and bye for now.
Pregnancy can be one of life's most exciting journeys. But for many women, a lack of timely information can quickly turn it into a medical emergency. 24-year-old nurse Ruth Apondi Omondi believes knowledge can save lives.
Health education is very important because the client is able to understand, is able to know about their condition, what they are facing, what are their options, what can they do, and make better choices.
In 2024, she launched Smart Mama, a virtual maternal health platform that provides pregnant women with trusted health education and professional guidance through familiar tools like WhatsApp and Google Meets.
Smart Mama is an initiative that I started to, 1, offer education regarding pregnancy and childbirth to pregnant women and mothers, and 2, offer holistic maternal care.
The idea behind Smart Mama was born from an experience Ruth says she will never forget. While working in a maternity ward as a student nurse, she encountered a woman suffering from preeclampsia, a dangerous pregnancy complication. The patient believed her symptoms were normal and delayed seeking medical care. Despite emergency treatment, she did not survive.
A woman came to our maternity ward with signs of preeclampsia. Preeclampsia is a common condition that affects pregnant women, and it is a life-threatening one. She did not know about it, so she had stayed home thinking that that's how pregnancy is. When we took her blood pressure, we saw it was high, but then a couple of minutes later, she started convulsing. We took her for cesarean section to save the baby, but for her, she did not survive.
Determined to prevent similar tragedies, Ruth turned to digital technology. Instead of waiting to build an expensive application, she chose affordable platform. Affordable platforms already available for millions of users.
So I chose simple technologies like Google Meet and WhatsApp because one, they are easily accessible. I mean, I have Google Meet and WhatsApp on my phone. Again, they are cheaper compared to now having to build an entire app or an entire platform on my own. I figured it will going to take a longer time, so I'll just start with whatever I have.
Health experts say the approach comes at a critical time as Kenya continues to face shortage of healthcare workers, leaving many nurses responsible for overwhelming numbers of patients.
The last reported figures is that we have around 23 nurses for 100,000. So when you translate that, and when you come down and now start looking at these facilities that are taking care of mothers, like the labor ward, like the clinic, the antenatal clinic where these mothers go, you may find that there is one person. So what does that mean? It means that one person or just a few have a burden of taking care of very many patients.
Maternal health specialists believe trusted virtual education can complement clinical care by helping women recognize warning signs and seeking treatment early.
We have a problem, and a big problem, because mothers are dying. The maternal mortality rate, the Kenyan one is between 355 to around 530. Yes, so you can see how many women are dying. That is in 100 life births. If there can be a platform where we have somebody who is qualified to provide the correct information, because they are not treating the women, they are just echoing the information that these women are supposed to be getting antenatal care. I think that would go a long way to really averting and even preventing these deaths.
Ruth's work has already earned national recognition, winning the top 40 on the 40 Women Award in the Social Impact category in 2025.
I won Top 40 Under 40 2025 under the category of Social Impact.
But for her, the greatest reward is knowing more mothers are reaching childbirth safely.
Since I cater to this specific population, it's special to everyone because mothers are very important. We bring life, and it's good that I'm able to impact them and my efforts were recognized. So as we progress, then there's going to be more of Smart Mama.
She hopes Smart Mama will continue expanding its virtual care services, ensuring that accurate health information reaches women long before a medical emergency occurs.
Hello and welcome to your security update. I am Martha Opalanedu. Across different parts of the country, security agencies are recording fresh operations as they continue efforts to tackle criminal activities and protect communities. In Kogi State, a joint operation involving troops of the 12th Brigade and operatives of the Department of State Services has led to the arrest of 4 suspected terrorist collaborators in Kababunu local government area. The suspects were apprehended at a hotel along the Odumo-Koba Road following intelligence reports linking them to terrorist activities. They have since been handed over to the DSS for further investigation as authorities work to uncover more details and disrupt possible support networks connected to terrorism in the region. Moving on, in Plateau State, troops under Operation Enduring Peace have rescued 7 travelers who were kidnapped along a highway in Riyom local government area. The rescue operation followed reports of suspected kidnappers operating along Sop village. Troops who arrived at the scene discovered an abandoned vehicle and launched a research into the surrounding area. Faced with military pressure, the kidnappers fled into the bush, abandoning the victims. The rescue travelers revealed that they were on their way from Akwanga in Nasarawa State to Jos, where they were abducted. The victims were rescued safely, while security forces continue operations to track down the fleeing suspects and strengthen patrols across the area. And finally, in Imo State, the police command has launched a manhunt for a man accused of killing his wife inside a church in Welu, Owerri North local government area. The incident came to light after neighbors, alerted by the cries of a baby, traced the sound to a church premises where the woman's body was discovered. Police say the suspect fled with 2 of the couple's children, leaving behind their infant child who has now been rescued and placed in the care of a trusted family member. Authorities say investigations are ongoing, with detectives working to apprehend the suspects and locate the missing children. The police have also called on members of the public to share any information that could assist the investigation. From counter-terrorism operations to rescue missions and ongoing investigations, security agencies continue to face the challenge of protecting lives and communities. So stay alert, stay informed, and remember, the security is a shared responsibility.
Technology is changing fast, and today we're looking at major developments shaping Nigeria, Africa, and the world. I am Gladys Asuko, and here are today's top stories. We begin here in Nigeria, where the federal government has directed key digital regulators to pass newly introduced rules affecting digital platforms and intermediaries. Minister of Communications, Innovation and Digital Economy, Bosun Tijani, says the move will allow agencies to align their regulations and prevent businesses from dealing with overlapping compliance requirements. The goal is simple: to create a more coordinated and business-friendly digital environment. Still in Nigeria, the Federal Ministry of Education, alongside industry stakeholders, has launched discussions on the Nigeria Education Data Infrastructure, also known as NEDI. The initiative is focused on building a smarter education system by improving how education data is collected, managed, and shared using technology. And still on digital innovation, Nigeria Digital Pathways Initiatives has introduced a newly local development called Green Genius. The platform is designed to help transform plastic waste into economic opportunities, proving that technology can also drive environmental sustainability and job creation. And finally, to the global scene, telecommunication company Nokia has signed a major agreement with Taiwan Mobile to expand 5G services across Taiwan. The partnership will deploy AI-powered mobile networks that use predictive analytics and intelligent automation to improve network performance and deliver better customer experiences. And that's a wrap on today's tech update. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in our next segment. Have a lovely day.
Hello and welcome to your entertainment update on S24 Rundown. Nigerian singer/songwriter Ikene has received a major career boost after being selected as Apple Music's Africa Rising Artist for July 2026.
The program showcases promising African musicians to listeners around the world. Reacting to the recognition, Ekene described it as a dream come true and said it reflects the hard work he has put into his music. As part of the honor, his songs will be promoted on Apple Music, introducing his sound to a wider global audience. From music to the big screen, Marvel Studios has also announced that tickets for Avengers Doomsday will go on sale months ahead of the film release. The early ticket rollout is designed to build excitement for one of the year's most anticipated superhero films. The movie is expected to draw huge audiences worldwide as fans eagerly await the next chapter of the Marvel Cinematic Universe. And finally, Hollywood star Tom Cruise is turning heads with his dramatic transformation in the first trailer for the upcoming film Digger. Cruise appears almost unrecognizable as a powerful billionaire with a heavier physique, marking one of the most striking character changes of his career. The dark comedy follows a wealthy businessman whose carefully built empire begins to unravel, and the trailer has already generated excitement and widespread discussion among movie fans online. And that's a wrap on your entertainment update for today. I am Karimat Hassan. Stay tuned for our next segment.
Hello and welcome to Sports Update on S24 Television, where we bring you the latest stories making headlines across the world of sports. The FIFA World Cup reaches a crucial stage as football's biggest nations battle for a place in history. While off the pitch, major developments continue to shape the future of African football. Here are today's top stories. First up, two European giants are ready for a heavyweight battle as France takes on Spain in the FIFA World Cup semi-final. The encounter brings together two nations with rich football traditions and some of the biggest stars in the game. France, led by Kylian Mbappe, booked their place in the last four after a convincing 2-0 victory over Morocco, while Spain secured their semi-final spot with a 2-1 victory against Belgium. Spain's possession-based style and defensive strength will be tested by a French side known for its attacking prowess and tournament experience. With a place in the final at stake, the clash promises to be a battle of technique, tactical discipline, and individual brilliance. And moving on, Super Eagles winger Moses Simon has thrown his weight behind head coach Eric Chell, backing the Franco-Malian tactician to continue leading Nigeria's national team project. Simon believes Chell has brought unity and a positive atmosphere to the squad, insisting the players remain committed to the coach's vision. Chell was appointed Nigerian coach in January 2025 with the task of guiding the Super Eagles through their World Cup qualification campaign. Despite Nigeria's failure to reach the 2026 World Cup, Simon's backing highlights the players' belief that stability and continuity could be key as the team looks ahead to future competitions. And finally, Senegal's World Cup disappointment has been followed by controversy, with the Senegalese Football Federation blaming a contract dispute involving coach Pape Thiaw for creating tension around the team. The FSF president, Abdoulaye Fall, said there was a breakdown in trust after disagreements over Thiaw's salary demands before the tournament. Reports indicate the coach sought an increase in his monthly salary, with negotiations eventually creating an atmosphere of uncertainty. Senegal's campaign ended in the round of 32 after a dramatic 3-2 extra-time defeat to Belgium, despite leading in the match. The federation has since begun the process of ending Thiaw's tenure as national team coach. And that's a wrap from the world of sports today. Do stay with us for more updates as Pidgin News comes up next after the break.
My yard people, now time to yarn the tori wey matter from government policy reach international palava. We don't package all the correct headlines where you suppose know. Oh yeah, make you sit down wella because this na S24 Pidgin tori where we dey drop yarn as e be. State House don reject Oyo State Governor Seyi Makinde call sake of say make United Nations investigate the kidnap of school children them and their teachers for Oriire local government area of Oyo State. Presidential talk person will be Bayo Onanuga say the request no necessary at all and na politics it resemble. According to him, security agencies risk plenty to rescue the victims after they spend 56 days for kidnappers' hand. Makinde be make the call as he received the rescued pupils and teachers, saying independent investigation go help bring transparency, hold people accountable, and find out whether any government failure contributes to the incident. The governor still maintains say na to restore public confidence and stop future attacks on schools na be the reason. And on top politics matter, African Democratic Congress will be ADC and their presidential candidates will be Atiku Abubakar don't decide say they go challenge Court of Appeal judgment wey stop INEC from recognizing the party state congresses where David Mark caretaker committee organize. Court of Appeal agree with earlier Federal High Court judgment wey yan say now only elected state executives get power to conduct state congresses, and he say the caretaker committee no get that authority. Reacting to the judgment, sharp ADC yan say they go carry the matter go Supreme Court and insist say the ruling no go affect candidates wey emerge through their direct primaries. Atiku sef urge party members make them remain calm as them continue the legal battle. And this one they come from federal government as they don't announce say the last evacuation flight where they bring back 315 Nigerians from South Africa go land for Las Gidi on Wednesday. Foreign Affairs Ministry talk person wey be Kemi Ebianfa talk say Air Peace go operate the flight wey go land from Murtala Mohammed International Airport. This one na the final evacuation after government don already carry back hundreds of Nigerians through 4 previous flights following xenophobic attacks and security wahala for parts of South Africa. Government here say na only Nigerians wey volunteer say they want return home they on board these flights. And another one from federal government, we say they don't launch nationwide skills acquisition program for more than 18,000 artisans and unemployed Nigerians. The two weeks training starts for 229 accredited centers across the country under the National Social Investment Program Agency. Minister of Humanitarian Affairs and Poverty Reduction will be Dr. Bernard Duru. Yan say the program will give beneficiaries practical skills and business knowledge to help themselves make them become organ of their own and reduce poverty. Participants go learn 4 different trades wey include farming, fashion design, electrical installation, carpentry, welding, and catering. They go also receive starter packs to begin their businesses. And this one they come from UK as leader of the UK Conservative Party wey be Kemi Badenoch don't tell the Labour government say make them keep plan where they go make migrants wait 10 years before they fit qualify for permanent residency. For letter which she sent to the Home Secretary, Badenoch yan say temporary work visa no suppose automatically turn to permanent stay. According to him, migrants will no make any meaningful contribution to the economy suppose return to their countries kia once their visa expire. She also promised say Conservative go support the proposal if Labour continue with the original migration reforms. Also, last onto Obodo Yibo to United States don't continue military strikes against Iran for the 3rd day straight, targeting military sites along the southern coast of the country. President Donald Trump also announced plans to bring back blockade on Iranian ports and introduce 20% levy on cargo way pass through Straits of Hormuz. Iran don't respond with missiles and drone attacks targeting U.S. military bases for Iran as the renewed fighting don't push global oil prices higher because of fears say the conflict will spread across the region. Even with the tension, President Trump yan say he still believes say diplomatic agreement with Iran they possible. Now, so you be on top S24 Pidgin Tori today. If you hear Tori, no hurry, spread them all. First, make sure say na true. I still be una personal person for Tori until we jam again. Make you walk away, stay safe, and keep hope alive. And also remember, say, person wey borrow clothes go party, no dey to dance. My people, una, bye.
Thank you, Hadiza, for that version of our news. And this brings us to the end of S24 News Rundown. Do join us next time. And remember to follow us on all our social media platforms at S24 Television for more updates and breaking stories. My name is Gloria Atta. Thanks for watching.